Hello, my name's Brett and welcome to my channel. It's been about 3 or 4 months since my last video. I've moved apartments and had, I guess, quite a few things on. But I've also been reflecting and thinking about what I want to do with the channel, because a few people were asking about the Beam AI Racing series, and because I kind of stopped partway through season 2. Partly why was that my PC is about 7 years old, and with the latest updates of Beam, it takes a lot to try and get the AI racing with, I think, 8 cars at a consistent frame rate. And the only thing I've upgraded in 7 years on my PC, to be honest with you, is which is a RAM. But my PC it's a GTX 1080, 64 gigs of RAM, i7, 15-20% overclock, something like that. But I've been wanting to upgrade my PC in a long time. Finally, here we are. I've finally got myself an RTX 4080 Super. So I'm also going to upgrade the PSU. So the recommended PSU for an RTX 4080 Super is 750 watts, but I've gone for an 850 watt PSU because currently I have a 650 watt PSU, which is of course for the GTX 1080. I've sometimes had some issues when I'm running multiple USBs. So if I'm using my Oculus Rift and my steering wheel shifter, all of that stuff, sometimes the Oculus Rift gets a bit confused and doesn't think that it's plugged into a USB 3 when it is. So that might be due to power drawing. I don't know. I'm no expert. This is kind of like the first time I'm ever going to upgrade my PC in this way with a graphics card and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. I recently ordered quite a few bits. So I ordered my RTX 4080 Super, my Corsair 850 watt PSU. I also upgraded my wheels on my DX Racing seat. Also, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to clean up my processor and apply some new thermal paste, because I think that's something that needs to be done as well. Yeah, with that said, let's unbox everything and let's see if I can do this without breaking my computer. Perfect. Okay, here's hoping that my lapel mic is working okay, since I haven't used it in quite a long time. I have here, typical, got the other side here. I've got here the RTX 4080 Super. So let's get a closer look. And yeah, so I've only just received this, and yeah, so of course, maybe I need to just love gaming, power of the wind. Okay, so I absolutely love how this new tech smells. Of course, I went for a white one because I just felt like it. Oh dear, this apparently will take up, I think, 2.5 slots, whereas the current one takes up about 2. So this almost takes up 3 slots. So it's got the RGB lights in the side as well. Focus, using the manual focus, which might not be the best idea. Okay, and the RMX Series 850X power supply. Okay, yeah, so, and we're going to attempt as well to change all of these cables. So we're going to attempt to change absolutely all of these cables as well. I bought this from Amazon España, so I have a Spanish plug on it. Because I'm in Gibraltar, which is just literally next door to Spain. Oh, yes, so it actually comes with cable ties. I didn't realize I actually bought a nice pack here of multicolored ones. Excellent. And then, okay, brilliant. So, nice new Corsair 850X PSU. Hopefully this is going to be enough. I'm sure it will, I'm only joking. Yeah, so this is going to be pretty cool. Oh, good. And so let's begin. I'm going to start taking my PC apart. I'm going to take the front panel off. I think let's start with the GPU, I think, because then we know what we need to do with all the cables, and then we'll do the GPU, then the PSU, and then we'll try and do all the cables. We'll do all the cables. Okay, so firstly, let's take the front panel off. Okay, so firstly, we can see that, the new graphics card is quite a bit bigger. I think actually it will be, this way around, won't it? So it's fairly bigger. Yeah, so let's get this unplugged. I've only ever taken this apart before for cleaning. So now we just have to, I'm guessing here, but okay, so we've got these bolts to undo this side. Okay, so we undo these bolts here. Just back it in then. Okay, so now I think we should be able to just click this out, I think. Total noob, as I said. Yeah, so you have to actually release this panel first before we can actually take out the GPU. There we go. Very good. So that now allows us, I believe, to take out the GPU. Yeah, so there you go. So we've got the GTX 1080 out. So side by side comparison, quite a bit bigger actually. Okay, yeah, so it's quite a bit bigger, and it's going to be about, I think, 2.5 slots as opposed to the 2 slots that the GTX 1080 takes up. Before we do that, I just want to redo the thermal paste on the processor. So I think I might do that now, but it's going to be quite difficult because I can't lay the computer on its side because it means I can't get the camera down to it. So let's see how we get on. I don't know if we can do it like this, but I'll surely try. Okay, so firstly, let's take the cooling system off. So I've got the MX6 thermal paste, and it comes with a cleaner, so you can clean the old paste off and put the new paste on. I'll lift this out. Okay, yeah, oh my goodness, that really needs changing. So I have my thermal compound here. What we want first, let's have a look. Got the plunger with the new paste in it. Oh, stuff's on the floor. And we have here MX cleaner. So we've got the cleaner wipes here because that paste really does need changing. I think for cleaning the old paste off, we should be okay with the computer as it is, but I may need to, oh well, yeah, it smells nice as well. And I'll get a new one and we'll do get a new one and we'll do the cooler side here. Bit limited to movement here, but I'll give that a clean. Okay, so we've got the PC on its side. I've heard the best way to do this is to do a cross and then a dot in each side, and I believe then you just put the coolant side. So I'm completely and utterly new to this. So let's see how we get on. Yep, so not very, oh, the second cross was much better. Dot, making a bit of a mess of this. So please don't hate me if I'm doing this wrong, but I have heard that after all I didn't need to put the computer on its side because that's not running at all. But now we can put the cooler part back onto it. Let me know in the comments by all means if I've done something wrong. But I'm hoping this is the right way to do it. Good, so we'll put this back on, and I quite obviously needed to have done this sooner than I did. Okay, and this goes. Okay, cool. So this is a good job done. I'm glad we did this. Thermal paste done. We're going to now put the RTX, put the new graphics card in. Maybe we should put the PSU in first actually. Yeah, maybe we should do that. What we'll do next is we'll remove the PSU, take the PSU completely out. Yep, so this cable is for the GTX 180. So we'll deal with the PSU now, so we can pull that cable out and pull the new cable up. And then lastly, we'll put the GPU on. Okay, so this is the bit that I've been a bit nervous about because there's lots of cables to sort out, but we'll be fine, I'm sure. There is a fly in my beer, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to get another one. So next we just need to undo these screws here, quite straightforward. And then hopefully we can take this old IPSU out. So what I'm planning to do I want to build a PC for my dad. That's what I want to do. So with my old PSU and my old GPU, I want to do that. So I think now what we need to do is we're going to have to try and disconnect all these cables. So before that, we need to take the side panel off. So let's take the side panel off. What I'm going to do is reach inside there and hopefully unplug everything. Let's see how that goes. I'm sure, I bet there's an easier way to do this, but because I'm such a noob, I haven't realised. Okay, let's get all these out. Wow, this needs a dust down here. It's a bit dirty down here. I've seen a lot of people debating online about whether to keep the same cables, but I don't think that's something I want to risk. Can't see. Whoops, yeah, it's upside down, but 650X. Because all these cables are going to have to come out, apart from, of course, my LEDs. So next I just need to remove all these cable ties carefully, and then we could get the new cables in. So let's see. Right. 1, 2, which this one is proving awkward to get to. Ah, there we go. 2, 3. Okay, not so bad, getting used to it now. So right, I'm going to break something. Another one. Okay, getting. Okay, so a bunch of cables for the new PSU. I've just got to figure out what goes where and what I actually need to take out, but I guess we will figure it out. Okay, so there's one PSU cable that needs to be unplugged there. Excuse the dust. And another one there. Okay, so if I unplug this, okay, I can't seem to get it off. Kind of give myself some space. I'm going to take the RAM out as well. Take the RAM out. Give me some space. Oh, yes, done. Excellent. So that's one of the plugs. I think that can go back in. Not completely sure, but we'll soon find out. Now I need to get to that cable up there, which is proving a little tough to get to. Okay, one cable out. Bunch of other cables here. Okay, cool. Another one out. Good. Another one out. This looks like it might be the graphics card. Some of these cables remain. Now I want to give it just a clean inside because it's pretty filthy. Good. So that's the PSU cable's out. It needs a clean, as you can see, and some of these cables I believe remain, but we'll soon find out. I found an old battery, probably from a while ago when I changed the battery. Okay, the last bit for here is I just need to get this surround off, and then we can slide the new PSU in. And then we get the surround onto the new PSU, and then we can get it into the PC. Okay, so we've got 3 cables we're going to use. One for the motherboard, one for the CPU, and one for the graphics card. Okay, yep. Good, so there's that. Plug in this side, and then CPU. Thanks. Yep, motherboard. Okay, so I'm having some issues here with my DSLR camera and the batteries. As always, I need to get a new camera. So everything's all plugged in now. Everything's plugged in. I've confirmed here that the cables in place here are type 4, but I've changed the cable for the graphics card, the motherboard and the CPU, as I think they're the most important ones. I think the other cables can remain, so I'll give it another, just make sure I give it a good clean, and then I'm going to feed these cables through, get them connected to where they need to go, and try and do a nice job tidying up as it was before I started. So now we can get this back in place. Well, not back in place, it's its new home. Welcome, new PSU. And it's time to sort out one of these cables. Let's start with, what's this one? This one is the graphics card cable. So I'm going to feed the new graphics card cable up through that same hole. Okay, so of course I've just checked that with the RTX graphics card, it needs 3 power connectors. Yeah, so of course, the RTX needs 3 power cables, so all 3 of these need to be plugged in. We're now ready to, all the cabling at the back's done, I just have to do the tidying up. Now in we go. I'll just have to, okay, lined up, plugged into the motherboard, thank goodness, clicked into place, there we go. And we also have this funky little support thing, which, there we go. If you can see it, funky little support thing. That's clicked into place. Screw everything back in. Yeah, screw these side bits back in. She looks really good in there. I don't think the support is really needed there, but I think it feels all right. Okay, I think it was like that. Okay, so this back panel's all back on. Graphics card's sitting there. We just need to plug this in here. Yeah, so this graphics card actually takes 3 power connections. Good, so that's in. And now I just need to tidy up the cables at the back. And yeah, then should be ready to test it out and see if it works. Yep, and of course from earlier, we just need to put the RAM back. There we go. So click RAM 2. So that's everything done this side. The RAM's back in, graphics card's in place. Now I just want to tidy up the back end and put it back together, and then we'll be giving it a test and seeing if everything's good. Wait. So this is a few days later. I just couldn't get the PC to start. I retraced my steps. I even redone the thermal paste to put a bit less on, thinking maybe that might have caused an issue. And I'm a noob, right? This is why I decided to do it. I wanted to do it myself because I wanted to learn. So I can get the PC started, and after a bit more research and a few more tests, I realized that I'd used the wrong power cables. Thankfully, nothing's damaged. Everything's fine. So the RTX 4080 uses 3 power cables, whereas the GTX 1080 only uses 1. What I did was I realized I'd used the wrong cable, so I used the CPU ones by accident because they both fit. These look similar, and so I realized that, so I took it all apart, and I had the PSU came with 2 PCI cables, and I had to use the old PCI cable from the GTX 1080 because it was the same. And then I took it back to my other desk, and bang, she fired up perfectly, and everything seems to be fine. So thank goodness, like nothing's damaged or anything like that, so that's excellent. The only thing I've realized is that because my Maximus Hero 8 motherboard will only allow me to use LGA 1151 socket processors, so I can't use the i9 on my motherboard, and I can't use the latest, more powerful i7s either, so they're not compatible. The i7 I'm currently got, I can't remember if I said earlier, but it's the 6700K. So the only upgrade I can do is the 7700K i7. So there's no point really for 2 to 3% performance gain. So for now, I'm going to leave it as it is, but in the future, I do want to get an i9 compatible motherboard and get myself an i9 processor. That's my plan for the future, because everything I take out of my PC, I want to build a PC for my dad. So that's the plan. So I may get some bottlenecking issues. I've had a look online, and I think some people are saying different things, but so far it works great with Cyberpunk 2077. I've been playing a lot with Cyberpunk 2077 in 4K, almost max settings, and I've got to be honest, it's running pretty well, although there are some frame rate drops here and there. And I've been messing around a lot with mods on Cyberpunk, so I really want to do a video on some car mods and maybe a video on how to do it, because I've been having so much fun with the S15 in Cyberpunk, also some other bits and bobs. So I think maybe next time I might do a video on Cyberpunk on the car mods, because I'm having a lot of fun with the car mods on Cyberpunk 2077. And now I've got my new graphics card, it will make things a lot easier when I can find time to continue the BMI racing series. If I can find time to continue that will be much better with the new graphics card. It will definitely make things easier. So summers are really, really hot here, so I guess I've had a bit of a break, especially I moved apartments like I said earlier. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully soon I'm going to upgrade my motherboard and processor, so maybe I'm hoping to do that. I'm looking forward to getting back into some of the other videos again. So with all that said, thank you very much for watching. Whoever you are, wherever you are, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.